What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of my Next Gen Career Mode. This is episode number 39, and we start today's episode off with a squad report and look at the league table here as we now enter February. Of course, the last episode saw the end of the January transfer window, and of course in that transfer window there was a lot of business getting done, and of course the headline was selling our number 9, our big beast striker up top, La Soga, to Real Madrid for £42.5 million. So that was of course the biggest deal of the transfer window, and it came courtesy of us. And yeah, as I look down the squad here, I look down the squad report, I sit there and think, am I happy? Am I happy that La Soga's gone and I've sort of improved the core of the squad? Because at the end of the day, £42.5 million for a player that was valued at £13.5 million seems like an amazing deal. That's £29 million profit on the guy. No, well, not profit, but you know, £29 million more than he's valued at. That's a great deal, isn't it? But I don't know. I love La Soga. I really did. And I look at the players and I'm sitting there thinking, yes, we've signed Badstuber, an amazing centre half. Robin, of course, got brought in replacement for Brooks as well. He, of course, left in the last transfer window as well, one of our young talented centre-backs. And I sit there and think, I look at the squad as well, we're still a 4.5-star team. I look at the squad and I think, you know, am I happier now? Am I happier? Because the squad does look better, but of course we've lost our beast up top. So, you know, am I happy with what I've done? Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess the word to use is content. I mean, I'm content with the business we did, because at the end of the day, you know, we could have seen La Soga go for about £25 million. Instead, we got £42.5 million. So I guess we kind of have to be happy, but it's still something to be a little bit sad about, because, you know, La Soga, I'm not going to say he's the cult hero of this series, but he's certainly someone who I would have liked to have kept in the side for as long as possible, and if I left, he'd definitely be someone I look to bring with me. But at the end of the day, like I did say in the last episode as well, don't be too worried if you're sitting there thinking La Soga's never going to be seen again, because at the end of the day, next transfer window in the summer, he'll be my number one target. I want to get La Soga back, because, you know, we sold him for £42.5 million. We've improved the squad, and next year we'll try and get him back for a cut price figure, because there's no way Real Madrid would hold us to ransom and say they'll want £42.5 million, exactly what they spent, because that's not how teams in career mode operate. You know, we'll probably be able to get him for about £20 million to £25 million next year. So maybe he's gone for 6 months and we can get it back next year, who knows. But even so, we'd take on Freiburg for the first game of today's episode here, away from home in the German Cup. And of course we're now into the quarterfinals, which is fantastic. I have said I'd like to go all the way to the final and hopefully win it as well, but we take them on away from home. The first chance fell to Freiburg, they hit the post, and then from that we broke, and Gnabry finds Kevin Volland here making his debut, but his shot was well saved by the goalkeeper. So Volland almost scoring on his debut, the replacement for La Soga, almost getting a goal, but still 0-0. But in the 23rd minute, it would be the home side who took the lead. Badstuber also making his debut, seems to get caught out with the back, and Freiburg did indeed score the goal there through the number 7. So very disappointed to concede early on in this game, and yeah, not really what we wanted, as I would like to be progressing through to the semi-finals. But yeah, a bit of a shame to go down early on. But in the 34th minute we try and hit back. William Carvalho slide tackles his man, it comes to Serge Gnabry, but his shot goes just wide the post, and it is still 1-0. But we were threatening, we were trying to get ourselves back on level terms, but as Kevin Volland gets on the ball here, like I said, making his debut, he was causing the Freiburg defence some problems, but unfortunately it wasn't his fault, my finishing off, it was my fault. His finishing was a bit off, he was shooting off target and not really threatening the goalkeeper. That was my fault there, I messed up the finish and it was still 1-0. We were beginning to threaten, we were beginning to look very dangerous, and in the 55th minute we finally got our reward for all the pressure. It's Werner who gets the goal here. He gets his 3rd or possibly 4th goal of the season, not bad for a fringe player, and that makes it 1 apiece. So Werner gets the goal, and in the 57th minute you see us win the ball back from Sebastian Jung making his debut. He gives the ball to Langkamp, who finds Badstuber making his debut. Eventually it comes to Reinhardt also making his debut. So all 4 players we signed on transfer deadline, they were making their debuts in this game. And as Werner goes down the left hand side here, it's a great chance to make it 2-1. He shoots, but the goalkeeper makes a good stop, and it is still 1 apiece. He was looking for his 2nd goal of the game there, but unfortunately he couldn't get it, so still 1 apiece. But in the 63rd minute, Kevin Volland controls the ball and plays it out wide towards the goal scorer Timo Werner. Fantastic first touch and a great run down the left hand side. Really good chance here. He swings it across towards the far post. It's cleared away only as far as William Carvalho. It falls to Baum Johan. His first shot is blocked, but the 2nd second one finds the top corner. So Johan, a player who I'm not really a big fan of. He gets onto the bench all the time, but I'm not a big fan of him really. Does get a good goal there, and he does make it 2-1. Well, it's not really a good goal. He shouldn't have missed it, and he didn't. But even so, he makes it 2-1, and we're in front for the first time in this game. And in the 90th minute here, as the game was being closed out, Johan, who got our second goal, goes down left-hand side, swings in across, and I'm very, very happy to see the ball go in the back of the net, because it is a goal for Kevin Volland making his debut. He gets the goal, and it's Freiburg 1, Hertha Berlin 3. So great to see him get the goal, and yeah, that does wrap the game off. So 3-1 the final score. We come from behind to win the game, and we are through to the German Cup semi-finals. I'm very pleased with that, because like I said, I would like to go all the way. It is going to be difficult, but you never know. You never know. So we're through to the semis, and yeah, the best piece of news really was the fact that Volland scored on his debut. So the replacement for Lasogga gets his first goal on his first game. It was a simple header really, and the game was already being won, so it doesn't really matter. But I guess I was just pleased to see him get the goal. But also as well, we've got 212 grand for winning the game, and also Herman is coming back from injury, which is very nice to see. Following that, we had some European qualifiers here with Netherlands. Of course, we played 2 friendlies with them, and now it's time for the qualifiers. And of course, I said before, I'm not sure we're going to play the games. I really have no interest, to be honest. And as you can see by the group, we were on top, and as we took on Czech Republic for the first game, we won it with relative ease. We won by 4 or possibly 3. Was it 3-0 or 4-0? 4-0, there you go. We won that game by 4-0, and the other game was against Russia here, away from home. And despite them scoring early on with Makiv scoring in the 5th minute as we simulated this, Van Persie equalised from the spot in the 30th minute, and Schneider made it 2-1 in the 48th as he went ahead and claimed the win by 2-1. So 2 wins from 2, and as you can see from the group, we're currently sitting top by 9 points. We've won 6 games out of 6, and yeah, I don't see a point in playing the qualifiers, because we're obviously going to qualify, and I'll just play the tournaments instead. But after that, I decided to buy a youth scout. Yay, I brought a youth scout for 527 grand, a 3-star experience, 2-star judgment German scout. I brought this guy because, as you can see, we don't really have any money to sign anyone better, and the reason why we did this is because, well, quite frankly, you know, he's the best we could afford, to be honest. A lot of people have been asking me to start youth scouting again, so yeah, well, for the first time in this series, but a lot of people have been asking me to start youth scouting anyway, and that's why I decided to do it, because, you know, at the end of the day, that scout isn't really going to find us many good players, if anyone, to be honest, and that's a real shame, but it's just how it is. You know, scouting in this year's FIFA, I've said it about 1,000 times, I must sound like a broken record, but scouting in this FIFA absolutely sucks, what can I say? But there you go, we signed one, and we'll try our best. Are we doing our best to try and find some good players? But I don't think we'll get any luck from that. We need to wait until we got a lot of money before we really invest in the scouts, you know, we really do. We'd have to wait for a long time before we can sign a very good one, plus players in a transfer window. But there you go, we started scouting again, hopefully you guys are happy with that. But anyway, we took on Freiburg for the following game of today's episode, and of course this one was in the league, not in the cup, and well, the first goal would come in the 9th minute. Who scores it? It's Kevin Volland. So of course we just beat Freiburg in the cup, now we take on one in the league, and Volland scores against them again, and what a goal this one is, absolutely fantastic. In the 9th minute, Kevin Volland scores a brilliant strike into the back of the net, and it is 1-0 to the away side. So great to take the early lead in this game. I could have ran clear 1-1, but I thought I'll try and catch the goalkeeper out from outside the area, and it turned out to be a great decision, because what a fantastic goal that is. With the outside of his left boot, of course I've got to remember now he's a left-footed striker, he's not a right-footed striker like Lasogga was. With the outside of his left boot, he smashes it into the top corner. There's no chance for the goalkeeper, and yeah, what a start this guy's having into his Hertha Berlin career. 2 goals, 2 games for the man that's set to replace the big beast up top, and yeah, very good finish, and that gets his 6th goal in the Bundesliga, and his 2nd goal since joining Hertha Berlin. So 1-0 to us, but in the 22nd minute, Freiburg had a good chance to hit back here. It's Jacques down the left-hand side, he plays the ball in field, great stop by Ter Stegen, and then Jonathan Tah pulls off a brilliant goal line block, but unfortunately for us, Langkamp seems to leave the man in the area, the number 7, who taps the ball into the empty net. So that was a real shame, that was, because Ter Stegen made a great save, Tah made a great block, and then Langkamp leaves his man, who was all alone, and he makes it 1-1. So that was a real shame, but still, 1 apiece. But in the 34th minute, we tried to hit back and score and make it 2-1, but unfortunately, Johan's header hits the post, and it is still 1 apiece. But in the 58th minute here, Freiburg tried to get themselves off to a good start in the second half, and as the ball gets played over the top here towards Mehmedi, he shoots, but Ter Stegen makes a good save, and the ball gets played out for a corner. So good stop spot by our goalkeeper there to keep the score at 1 apiece. Didn't want to lose this game, and thankfully Ter Stegen makes a good save. And from the corner, it's crossed in. The header is looping up in the air, but Ter Stegen tips the ball onto the roof of the net and keeps the score level. So still 1 apiece, and another corner for Freiburg. It's Schuster who crosses the ball in towards Klaus in the centre. It's headed away only as far as Diagne, but his header is tipped wide by Ter Stegen. So our goalkeeper was doing everything he could to stop us from going behind. And from this corner, it is crossed in by the number 23 Schuster. The header is met, but this time it's a simple save for Ter Stegen. And we quickly break. We kick the ball out towards Maximilian Meyer. Meyer gets on the ball, spots the run of Kevin Volland. Volland gets on the ball, gets past the last man, goes through 1-on-1. Can he make it 2-1 and get his second goal of the game? Yes, he can. It's Volland with another goal, and it's Freiburg 1, Hertha Berlin 2. So another goal for Kevin Volland, and great to make it 2-1 here. And yeah, it's a fantastic start for the guy, it really is. But even so, we had a midweek game in the Champions League in the first round of knockout stages. So I decided to make some substitutions, and I decided to bring off, was it Reinhardt's coming on and Herman coming off? Yeah, Herman coming on and Reinhardt's coming off. No, Reinhardt's coming on and Herman coming off. And also Wagner coming on for Volland up top. But on the 81st minute here, it's Schultz who goes through 1-on-1, and as he rounds the goalkeeper, he gets taken out, and because of that I realised that Volland was on a hat-trick. I decided that if it's a penalty, which is a penalty, Volland would get taken off. So with that in mind, he won't be able to complete his hat-trick, so I thought I better keep Volland on the pitch, at least for the penalty. So yeah, the referee points to the spot. It's a definite penalty, no doubt about it. Schultz was taken down on the 1-on-1, and of course with the game being at 2-1 and Volland scoring both goals, I would want him to try and complete his hat-trick, so I decided to make the substitution of just Reinhardt's coming off for Herman, and Volland could stay on the pitch to hopefully complete his hat-trick here. And although I'm not the best at penalties, I haven't missed one since the Baum Johan penalty, which is quite a few episodes ago now, so I fancy my chances regardless. And as you can see here, it was going to be Kevin Volland, a good chance for the striker to complete his hat-trick on just his second appearance from the club. Could he get it? It's against Baumann here in the Freiburg goal to make it 3-1. Kevin Volland stands up, he steps up, he stutters, and he puts the ball into the top corner. So Kevin Volland gets the hat-trick. It's Freiburg 1, Hertha Berlin 3, the same scoreline as the game in the Cup, and Kevin Volland gets a hat-trick. And who knows, this guy could prove to be the perfect replacement for Lasogga. Yes, we're all going to miss Lasogga. I'm not going to keep going on about it, but we're all going to miss Lasogga. But Kevin Volland gets his 4th goal in just 2 games for the club. This one is a hat-trick. Fantastic performance. We get the 3 points, and yeah, fantastic episode all around. Fantastic couple of wins, and fantastic performance there by our new striker Kevin Volland. But as always guys, a big thank you for watching the video. I really have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the video, please leave a like, because it's much appreciated. It really does help my channel out, and I'll see you for the next episode of my Next Gen Career Mode very soon.